Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Have Lucas and Madara going up against each other for the 1v1. It is round 3. We also have Puts v Fat Pot going on. I was hoping to be able to commentate on both, but unfortunately a bit of a delay to the other match has meant they're happening at the same time. So I am covering this match as agreed. Just copying the link so I can share it in chat so you can head over and check out the other guys as well. Get to my own channel. Turn it down. Christ on a bike. That's linked to Fat Pot. And it's Puts Live. No Puts. Okay. Hey Matt, how you doing, fella? And now let me share this into PlayStation chat. I forgot to do that last time. Okay, that's Hudson. There we go. Right, shared into a couple of chats. The boys are just heading in. We've got Hinami up first. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It is I, Lucas, versus Madara. And I've not had a chance to look through the tracks, so I'll quickly do that, run through their order. Just offered each other look. Okay, yeah. Why won't that disappear? Okay. Right, so their track order, or their tracks are, I don't know what the order is if it loads the message on the stupid phone. Canyon Crossing, Hinami, Dalton and Inception from Madara. In the City, Green Capital, Yuzua and Green Machine from Lucas. Yeah, and Fat Pot v Puts is also going on, so I will be flicking it between the two, have a little look at the other match. But these guys cracking on. This is where my focus is going to be lying, especially for the races. But like I say, I may just pop across, have a little look at the scores for the other one. Did you an F1 commentator now? I've never done any F1 commentary. There was some discussions about it a couple of years ago, but it never materialised. Good start, get himself into the lead. Lovely wall ride by Madara. We are going to stick with Madara to start with. See Luke just sticking on the side of the wall, a little bit higher, a little bit longer. Madara, good lines though, closed up the distance there. I understood it though. just pulling away ever so slightly, but Madara pushing really hard, getting a little bit of extra boost on that left side of the tube, looping the tube exit really nice and clean from both. Brake boosting just on the little drop down between the props, just letting the GTO do a little touch more of the work, flicking out round through the tube, really clean. Madara really shortening that gap up, knowing their pick well. Oh, just gets a little bit lucky. Luke pushing a little bit high and hard, but hard and high just clips the top of the tube. Madara moving nice and speedy, able to capitalise upon that. Now, I know Madara has been around a little while, but clearly picked his speed up in the time I've been away. Feathers, little dab of the brake, swings in heavily. Luke looking to pick up the pace and reapply some pressure. Seems to have shortened the gap up already through the barrel roll, and on that prop behind will have entered the tube. It's good, clean stuff. Really strong brake boost there from Madara, pulling up off the wall really nice and cleanly. Maybe a little bit higher than he would have liked on the perfect exit. 203.653 from network to the 205.893 from Luke. We will swap back to Luke at some point during this lap. It's not too far between the two. Just let it shorten up maybe a little bit more. And hello network and Leo, how are you both doing, fella? Leo lad, how have you not been moderated? Yeah, Madara's doing a really good job. Lovely brake boost again. Up and through into the tube. Takes that cut really nice and clean as well. Good luck, guys. Offered from Leo. Takes the skip. Really nice and clean again. These lines, this is very clean. Really extending that loop out this time, not shortening it anyway, really gathering that boost up nicely. The link at the top is Fat Pot's link. I will share it again as it replaces. In fact, what I'll do is I'll pin this message and then we'll just keep a running track of the score. Dab of the brakes there, round the corner, nicely done. We are going to move back to Luke. Seems to have taken a little while for the swap, even though he was really close up behind, and does just take the lead. Madara may be having a little bit of an issue with the flick off the ramp. First mistake we have seen. Really strong couple of laps, or most of the second lap. 159.786 from Luke. Really unlucky. In them situations I always hope it isn't the comment, like, because I swapped, but he had gone for the ramp skip already, so I'm guessing just couldn't correct the car. Luke just easing off the wall ride really nice and cleanly. We'll just sit with Luke until we see a potential mistake. Not chasing that brake boost on the little drop down may allow Madara to shorten the gap up a little bit. Goes in for the cut, takes it a lot lower and smoother this time. No chance of getting hung up on the top. That's it. Getting just much nicer this time. No chance of getting hung up on the top of the tube. Seatbelt just a touch off the wall. Really nice and clean there from Lucas. Really nice track this from Rezkio as well. Really did enjoy my time spent on this track. Dab of the brake. Interesting to see the difference between the two. Maybe that's sort of what happened with Madara, but not having speed of thought to just hit the brake and really slow up. Nice correction from Luke. Holds the lead. The 159.7 stays the best lap. Shouldn't be any chance there of Madara not finishing. That does see it going 1-0 to Lucas. Right, I'm going to quickly pop across to the other lobby. Puts took the win in the first race, 127 to a 132. So that's 1-0 Puts. Puts following and keeping the score nicely. They are on to Trench 2, so I think it was Puts' pick first, and now it's Trench 2, which is Fat Pots. I believe they're doing the 3 laps. Here we've got Green Machine, which, as we did here when I ran through the tracks, this is Luke's pick. I'll be heading back across to the chat. Just double check that I've got that track right. I'm pretty sure I have, because the order flicking between the two. Yeah, Green Machine. Luke's got both the green tracks. Right, back to stream. Back to my job. Give that a like. It's a shame I can't watch both on my phone, it really is. Hey Raza, and no, but I can't remember who's got what, so I'm just reading it off the list. Oh, Madara just coming off the barrier as well. There was an early mistake from both, but that has allowed Luke the lead. This is Luke's track. Hinami was Madara's, and I believe it will go Madara's track next, then back to Luke's, and just swap between the two, dealer. But I'll quickly read the tracks out again while there's not much going on in chat. And while Luke has a bit of a healthy lead, just as Madara entering the tube and looping through. So Lucas has Green Machine, In the City, Green Capital and Yuzua. Madara has Hinami, Canyon Crossing, Dalton and Inception. The random track is Bandit. Right, back to the stream. Looping through, really nice. The gap not really appearing to have changed too much to my eye. Sounded like a bit of a brake boost as they got on to the tube ball, but I didn't see flash the lights, not that I would. You can sometimes get that effect, really pushing the loop line. They're really nice and wide to the edge of the loop. Again, Luke's maybe gained half a second through the loops, but the gap really not changing too much since a couple of mistakes. Okay, it's maybe doubled, a bit more than doubled since the tube. Madara keeping pace nicely with one of the best racers in the game. Hello Major, how you doing? Need to keep them players developing, lad. Come on. Coming on through the tube, we are going to pop forward to Lucas, apply some of that thick-ass YouTube pressure over onto the bore in front. Has plenty of experience with it as well, so shouldn't be any issue in handling it. Just trying to find that widest angle. Apologies, slightly better for commentary. Heavy on the brakes into the corner, pulls through nice and sharp. Up over the jump. Is that there? Go one more. Clean through, not extending the loop out as much as we saw from Madara. Madara just popping up into first through the loop as he just overtakes through that section there for a second before he loops back around. Just before he comes into contact with the barrier to save any potential brick chance in. That one was a short one, so I had to pop in quick and have a look. Luke taking that section nice and clean. The first laps are a 2:32.5 to 2:36.307. Let's see, brings that time down to, and Madara as well, not too far back. 2:27.814 from Luke. Madara bringing that time down to a 2:30.292. Time to kick my ass on any given day. Certainly at the moment I'd be stuck at a 2:34 or so. Nice high up on the mid portion of the tube from Luke. Around through the tube line. I'm just going to get a drink with there being a little bit of a gap in the exciting. There's a bit of a distance between. We'll stick with Luke into the loops and then we'll swap back to Madara. Yeah, why not? Like you're making tracks and everything now. You've got world records on a few and stuff. You have to get signed up to the next one. Both offered from Reef. Nice stuff, lad. You got any thoughts on when your match is, fella? Got a few over the weekend, so we could do with just enough time to try and get commentary arranged for as many of them as possible, sort of thing. Or ask for a little bit of jiggling. That is 2-0 to Luke. Yeah. Let's pop across to the other one. That pot nose is in for a bit of a hard time on this track, and he is in second place. He did get a really nice time earlier on though, so hopefully he does stay out of that DNF range. Yeah, it got messed up a little bit, that did, unfortunately, Dealer, with the chat getting reported. Start with Lucas at this time. Through the tube, nice and clean. Madara on the mini-map, shortening up a little bit. Looks like I was maybe in a bit of the wrong choice too. Taking the exit off the wall a little bit higher than you'd have liked to shorten it up. Oh, Luke getting really unlucky there. The curb just pushing him down under the track. That has allowed Madara the lead. We'll stick with Luke throughout the completion of this lap, and then we'll swap on to Madara. Luke will not be happy with that little bit of luck there. Oh, Madara's had similar. Madara in second place behind, so either had a similar issue. Pressed on there by mistake. I did not mean to. We will swap back then in this case now and have a little look. The distance between the two. It looks like Madara maybe went for the barrel roll and had a bit of a stop still. Chasing and collecting that brake boost. The line overtaking half the curb over, chasing the brake boost with the right tyre, the left tyre. No, that's unlucky, Dealer. We do really feel bad for that. Chasing the brake boost. Luke has had to respawn, so it's... Oh, Madara getting unlucky to spin out on the wall. We'll swap off here as he goes in for the respawn. Luke gets off the wall and corrects the car in air to save any potential spin out on landing. I'm sorry if my energy levels start to dip at all. It is a late night for me at the moment. Getting across the cut, really nice, timing that brake boost as he came down off the tube wall, lovely, getting across clean as you like. With the respawn, isn't going to be on for great time here. We'll have a quick look at the times as they stood, a 1:30 to 1:41. The double respawn, there is going to be a bit of time between the two. Luke getting very lucky there, brushing the tube entrance. Car down, nice and clean, chasing the bumps. Oh, just pushing a little bit too hard for the curbs. does see himself go off the track. We'll see where Madara is. It's taken a long time for the respawn, a bit of way back, but that will have lessened any chance of a DNF. Onto and off of the wall, nice and clean. Cranking that speed up. The curb really not playing nice tonight. Luke maybe also had another issue with it. Taking barrel roll, really clean as well from Madara. Looping the tube. Brake boosting off and on the curbs, really clean from Madara. Getting the best lap, 1:28 from Luke. Showing that them respawns, the curbs, off of them wall rides, really not playing nice. That is 3-0 to Luke. Have a quick look at that part. Is 2-1 to put. And Fat Pot unfortunately just had a bit of a mistake on the loop skip on downtown and gave Puts the lead. It's looking like a tight battle there though. There's Madara from Flashman in the stunt chat. Bit of a mistake early on. Lucus knowing he's got a bit of work to do now, we will stick with him. This is his pick, I believe. Green Capital, yeah. Just taking a little bit of pressure off Madara. Madara with the lead. How long it lasts, we'll see. Luke really shortening that gap up. Taking the lead back already. He's just flying through the tubes. Pulling back aggressively to the right. Getting onto that tube wall as early as possible. Really cranking the speed through the corners, avoiding the gaps in barrier. Brakes and coast through before the loops get really nice and clean. Just had to effort somebody back. Nice and clean now. Pace Madara, not too far back. We will swap in, closing up off of that wall ride. Really starting to apply some pressure, getting good boost into the tube. Really big speed, taken decent lead over Luke. Looking to shorten it back up extending out. Boost. Madara fighting back, holding it, aggressive over the curbs. Big speed. First lap 2:18.8 from both. Really tight. 0.06 between the two lap times. Heavily again, aggressive on the exit of the tube boost. Just really shortening it up a little bit. Later onto the tube does allow Luke to retake the lead. Oh, you can tell Luke pushing hard. Madara taking the corner, not feeling comfortable with that cut maybe. Maybe it's really not that much quicker. What's the point of the shortcut? Pray tell. Madara, lovely line through that big tube. Just pulling it back. Big boost on the exit allows Luke a little bit of breathing space momentarily at the very least. Just sticking on the line a little bit too late, not pulling through the loop. That's allowed Luke just a touch breathing space. Really strong laps from both. 206.4 from Luke to the 208.6 from Madara. Aggressive over the curves, makes it through the little chicane. All through the tube. See if Madara takes that same route again, and we'll swap on to Luke. Madara putting in some really nice lines, just a tiny touch off, really aggressive. We'll take this point to swap this time on the respawn, really looking to get onto that tube wall as early as possible. Luke across onto the wall ride, almost down and round. Oh, doesn't make it across the loop skip. It's going to be a little bit tight, didn't need to respawn, but Madara will be just coming through that section now behind. Still a bit of a gap. Luke's got some breathing space thanks to that respawn. It's 3-1 in the books. Flat pop match. Pushing really hard. Didn't see the time lower there, but maybe it will after it loads up. Madara DNF in there. Hello, Tom fella. Oh, yeah, Tom Tom, remember to make and share the playlist for Mayuto. And congratulations on the new BB earlier, lad. I did have a little look through the chats just before starting this. That does see it go 4-0. D8 from Madara to the Krieger from Luke. Sorry, I saw a little brake boost as he came off the curb there, and again, yeah, he is really clean stuff. It's down nicely. He was a little bit higher than he would have liked. He's taking it clean, picking the speed back up. We'll go apply some pressure to Luke. Coasting through nicely, chasing and collecting the brake boost as well. And like I say, go apply a little bit of that pressure to Luke. Looping through the tube. Spinner prop really nice and cleanly. Base the Krieger. Off of the ball, nice and clean. Onto the right side tube. Like we saw from Gucci, not taking that final cut. Did see Mayuto being able to take advantage of that. Maybe slower double flip, takes it nice and low. 1:52.313 first lap from Luke. That beat high lap time most of the time. 2:02.988 from Madara, suggesting that there was maybe a little bit of a mistake somewhere along the line. Pushing good and hard through the tube. Let's have a quick pop in and have a look at the wall again, really nice and clean it looks like, but just taking the win on Chiliad. through the cut this time. It's a clean from Luke. 1:48.375. Dab of the brake as he comes across the curb and through the corner. Cut. Character switch really nice and low. Just feeling like he was potentially going to run off the top of the track. Has just won the 1v1. 5-1. Lucus, barring anything, is going to take the win here. Madara hasn't lowered his time. Hold up. Comes off full ride, a little bit dodgy. Has already started holding triangles, so sticks with it. Looked like he thought about not taking the respawn. We'll pop back and have a little look at where Madara's at. Is still moving along. Jason collecting the brake boost aggressively. It's taking a nice sportsmanship and waiting up. Ball, like the curb, did try to push him down, but he held out, held it into the tunnel. .48.3 from Luke, corrects the spin nicely. Holds that as well, very nice, times his spin. Manages to stay on the track. That is 5-0. So it is a Lucus win. See if the boys carry on. Always leave it down to them. And yeah, the other match has gone the way of Fat Popcorn. In fact, I'll leave that on for a minute. It says it's 4-1, so I'm not sure if they've updated the score. Right. So this is in the city. This is Luke's pick. Nice boost there. Luke though taking the exit really nice and low. The extra boost Madara did collect. trying to avoid the gap in the barrier. Butting through a little bit sharply, clipping the curves a little bit more aggressively, collecting the extra speed to make up the extra distance. This section from Bowes Madara, it's nice and close behind. A little bit high on the tube, a little bit lower, that's it. Shortened up the gap a little towards the back end. Quickly write a message to them. Nice and clean. We'll pop on over to Lucas, just getting a little bit out of sight. Take a bit of pressure off Madara. Some really nice, clean racing there from Madara though. Struggling to keep up a touch. 2:11.399 to the 2:14.036. Again, Madara, you keep improving this way, fella. Hey, Ipsky, how you doing, fella? Get heading into the tube, nice and clean. Just onto the metal line, collects the brake boost, giving him a kick of speed as he enters the tube. I'll get that looked at later or tomorrow, Epsky. Thank you very much. I didn't realise it had expired or whatever. I appreciate that though, I didn't notice. It's all rude. Lad's hot lapping. Bless him. Yeah, I'll get that fixed up. GG Luke from Madara, that would be greatly appreciated, fella. Really, really nice stuff. We'll get you moderated again. I know I've seen you plenty of times on the channel, but it is your first time being commentated on. Strong line into the tube. Seen that time come down to a 2:10. 14.130 to 14.036 from Madara. Just going through the tube below. I guess swap back. Luke with a strong lead. Hey, Putz fella, congratulations, lad. I've kept my eye on it. I was updating the chat. Madara just coming off the barrier as we swap on. Bit of the curse of the commentator. But yeah, Putz did just take a win against Fat Pot. A hell of a battle between the two. Some really tight racing at points. And as much as the distances seem a little bit big here, occasionally Madara on a few of the tracks has had some really strong speed, pushing Luke to his best. Across the line, congrats Luke from Leo. Across the line. Gonna keep note of the score, but I won't update it in chat anymore. There's no need to. Yeah, that's something that caught me really on, certainly on the tracks he knew, like very strong. That green capital, he was certainly pushing you for the first couple of laps. And then there's been a couple, but yeah, Madara lad, you've caught my eye. You'll have caught a few. Keep improving. Maybe get in touch with VC and Commander. They've got a good thing going, helping out each other, improving. Pardon. We are on to Inception. Nice and clean over the curb. Going off the wall a little bit sooner than Madara, getting big boost down the side. Hey PJ, how you doing fella? Luke is just to go. Can't really disagree with that at the moment. Him and Putz, a few others doing some really strong stuff. Mayuto, Tom. Pop back to Lucas. Alright, just leading the way. Luke looking to shorten it up. Try and take the lead as he just did. Pop back again. Lovely again from both. A little bit higher on the platform from Madara, gives really strong boost. Down, shortening the gap back up. Big tube boost from Luke. Just see him easing away ever so lightly. Madara getting that nice, just a little dab at the brake before he pulls around the corner. Dude, just off the barriers, big brake boost there from Madara as well. Capitalising on that crash from Luke. Themselves a decent lead. Really low, getting over the curbs aggressively. First lap from Madara at 201.845. It's away with that a little bit, did start to show a bit of a brick. Lower this time. Clearly didn't mean to go up quite as high as he did last time. But got a huge boost as he came down the tube wall, so might be something to see somebody pick up. Oh, nice and aggressive. Off it higher. A little bit higher than he would have maybe liked on a hot lap session, but clean and safe. Using any speed. Luke at 207, so there was 6 seconds at the point Luke crossed the line between the two. Again, a little bit lower down the platform this time. Aggressive over the curbs, pushing good and hard. Lovely again, not taking the air time this time, a little bit of a feather in the throttle through this section, good and clean. That was the point Luke had a bit of a error with. Boosted again to oh, unlucky this time, the brick hitting hard. That does allow Luke into the lead. The 158.085 is the best lap also from Luke. I'll stick with Madara for now. See Luke on the straights. Just heading through the corner ahead. On to the wall from Luke. Lower and clean, he's into the tube. Madara appears to have closed off a bit of the distance back. See Luke just on the map a little bit more than we could before. Pushing like a man possessed. Looping the tube. Nice and low, lovely exit there from Madara, barely clearing the hill there. That was lovely. Tiny dab of the brakes came over the crest of the hill. As they came over the crest of the hill. Never should be gender assigning in this day and age. I do not know Madara. I don't know what. I know them, but not very well. I don't know if they're who, what, where from. Tube exit, meeting a track just as it comes up to me. That does see Luke extending it out to 7. As we head into the final 2 tracks. Uh, 16 this round, and then there'll be 8 in the next. So the next round's the quarterfinals. Well, I guess 14 at the moment, because Eyes and Fat Pot. Oh, well, 13 with Madara. Yeah, so this was the round of 16. Next is the quarterfinals. Just kicks Madara's car up a little bit aggressively as the back wheel stayed on that ramp a little bit longer than he'd have liked. Feathering his throttle up a little bit, just shortening the gap up, keeping it nice and interesting. Nice stuff there from Luke. Trying to show Madara some lines at least, just coming off. Madara turning the favour. Now this is lovely. This is the stuff I like to see. Madara doing the right thing, holding the lead this time after returning the favour. See how it goes now. Madara looking to try and hold the lead for as long as possible, while Luke chasing him down. Sustaining under the pressure is a key thing to learn how to do. Sticking on them top curbs a little bit. Like I said, trying to gain as much boost as he can up there. Looping the tube the way Luke is. Aggressive line. Clears it nicely from Luke. Madara just gets ever so slightly hung up on the top. Off the ball, nice and clean. Just a dab of the brakes, just holding off again. Pop onto Madara. Good sportsmanship being shown. Madara onto the wall. Luke getting himself back up to speed. Pushing hard. Takes the lead back off the wall. Looping at the tube. Takes the lead back momentarily, but the loop line from Luke just collects that little bit more boost. Pardon. Hey, Toxic. I need to look at lap time there. Guys made double flip from Madara. I think Luke span out a little after correcting his. Yeah, not too much fella. Just trying to get my health sorted out mainly, and then getting a bit busier in real life as I try and get myself back to work a little bit. Yeah, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing well yourself, lad, with yourself and the guys. Heading into the tube. Just coasting into the corner. I've been fully waiting up. Gets up and over this time, no issue. Yeah, not doing too bad at all at the moment, really. That tube a little bit harsh on the line. Off the wall really nice and clean. Luke has just extended it away a little bit again. That is nothing to be made to feel too bad about. Madara still learning some of the ropes, but picking up bits can make you really quick. Learning the boost lines. Exactly, layered. Apologies for the yawn, like I say, it's getting a little bit late for me. 2:11.931 from Lucas, just as he spins out a little bit off that ramp. We'll have the final track, which is a Bandit, coming up after this. Oh, crikey, lad. No, I can't. I handle that maybe once every couple of weeks at the moment, a time after 12 o'clock. But no, we'll have to catch up at some point soon. Luke just trying to be too aggressive over the curb and coming off the vertical wall. Does still hold the lead. Really shortens that gap up back to Madara. Coming in for the second. Barrel rolling out. It's a clean line, it comes in through his corner, really nice and clean. Okay, we'll have to try and pick that line up if I ever get myself back to racing. Just really not been finding the time at all. GTA and such. Off the wall, nice and clean. Slowing the loop up, just making sure not to go underneath the tube. Chasing the brake boosts. Gets himself across the line. Heading into the final race, Madara across the line. Yeah, a few people always said it was really tricky. Places. But in this case, it'd be the same result either way. That is 8-0 to Luke. But again, to just reiterate, just because the gap does look quite big, like Madara doesn't really have too much work to do to close the gap up quite significantly to somebody of Luke's level. If he puts in a bit of time, or if they put in some time to really gain in some track knowledge, they know brake boosting, they know tube boosting, they know the lot. Like, they just need to piece it together. And it'll maybe take another month, two, and they could be one of the, like, in the top 10. He's really not too far off, and I hope something like this doesn't knock his or their confidence at all. They know Luke's really good racer, has raced against them in Barbax's playlists and such, I'm sure. But just continue to piece it together. Just continue to figure it out where you get the really strong, like there, look at that, where you closed up on him, really nice exit. But yeah, Luke is one of the top dogs. Closing the gap back up. Madara holding it, getting good boost at the end of the wall ride there. Luke fighting to come back in, but Madara picking his boost line up there as well. Good and clean to hold and sustain the lead. Just extending away lightly, and Luke appeared to be picking up the boost line there from Madara. The name of this track is Bandit. This is the random track for the round. Just pulling in front for the wall ride. See Madara come off it a little bit higher again than he would absolutely love to come off. Again, that is just something you pick up over the next few weeks, that really fine touch. Honestly, I can see you pushing some of these guys that little bit harder. Close that gap back up into that corner. Nice line from Madara, aggressive on the curbs from Luke, applying some pressure again. The exit the back of the car looked like he tried to just flick off aggressively there. Pop back to Madara, the gap between the two really not too big at all. His boost line, looking through, just having to adjust slightly and pulled around a little bit too aggressively, chasing the brake boost on the right side off the car, and again chasing off the curb. You don't even see all the top racers chasing all of the brake boosts he's going for. Again, promising stuff, just needs to tie it together, holding distance to Luke as well, no mean feat. Like Luke, he has pulled away a little, but it's really not too much. .207.894 to the 209.0 from Madara. So just over a second at the crossing of the line from Madara between the two. Really unlucky to land on the right side tyres first. Tried to pull the car down, it just spun him out, or spun them out. Stick with Madara for now. Barrel rolls into the tube, holds it though nicely in the end. Through the corner. Has just eased away after the couple of little mistakes from Madara. We are going to stick here for the completion of this lap though, and then we will swap across. 205.1 from Luke. Unsure. Madara going to improve, not on this lap. We'll see if he does the next. We know Luke will hold up if too far ahead. We will pop across, spend a little bit of time with Luke. Then have a bit of a victory lap. through the tube. A network. Oh, why is it just pulling the messages up again? Oh, why? It's just glitched out. PlayStation just sent a few messages through again. Catch you later, Toxic Laird. I hope you feel better soon. And yeah, hopefully we'll all catch up soon enough, lad. Good clean lap indeed. On through. Chasing the brake boosts. Yeah, PlayStation's just glitching out a little bit. I've never seen it do that before. It's just sending all the messages back through again, one by one. Catch you later, Toxic Laird. It's a bit further back. Through the final tube. Big brake boost into the tube. I think he's just a touch too far back. Luke will feel a touch bad for that, not having realised. Having seen him wait throughout. But massive GG's to both of them indeed. Madara, you are far quicker, and not in an offensive way, just you were relatively new to the community when I took my break, and your speed has picked up significantly. Them 3 tracks, you did push Luke on, really well done for that, and the gap between you on them 2 belies the gap between you in the score. It has gone 9-0 to Luke. But like I did say there, Madara could have potentially easily taken a couple at least. But with it being the time it is, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. The other match between Puts and Fat Pot did go Puts' way. I'll have to confirm the scores. It was 5-2 when I saw it. But yeah, I'll have to double check all of that. And honestly, Luke, not a problem. Thank you both so much. And I will see you all over the next couple of days. We've got a lot of commentary over the weekend. So there will be plenty to get through. Albo and Barback's likely helping out, as well as Tom and myself. To keep your eye out everywhere. And I will see you all very soon. Goodbye!